Hello, Super League will be ending this week at the home of the Premier League champions. But tonight we'll start the week with the latest twists and turns in the race for Rugby League's greatest prize. It's been heavy going in some wretched weather. Here's what's coming up. Josh Hodgson and John Wilkin have arrived from opposite ends of the M62. They've met in a dozen rounds into the Super League season, and the opening fixture of the week was third place Castleford against table-topping Leeds. Your commentator is Dave Woods. Despite the scoreline, Brian McDermott said afterwards that that was the toughest game that Leeds have had this season. What did you make of it?
Yeah, it's a really tough, and they've carried on that momentum, and I'm not shocked at all by that being Leeds' toughest game.
Saints still the only team to have beaten Leeds. They're on quite a run, aren't they?
Yeah, they're doing really well. I think if you look at standout performers in that game, I thought Callum Watkins was outstanding. Both sides were great defensively in that second half. 2
tries apiece for Watkins and for Ben Jones-Bishop, who then announced that he's going to be leaving Leeds next season. Are you surprised by that or not?
Personally, no, I'm not really surprised.
Well, it has been fortress witness for the Vikings this season. They were defending a 100% home record on Friday night when the Wakefield Trinity Wildcats were in town.
A great win for Wakefield.
Does it also say quite a lot about the spirit in the team? Because a couple of years ago, Richard Agar had a similar thing, didn't he? He had to bring a team together from scratch, and they got that gypsy spirit, I think they called it, the band of gypsies.
Yeah, I think...
Well, Paul Wellens was back on the field for St Helens in that one. It was match number 417 of his Super League life. It's a record number of appearances matched only by Kevin Sinfield. Well, Dave Woods caught up with Wellens recently to reflect on a remarkable career. Well, there's another big derby looming for Hulkingston Rovers. They were getting ready for Magic Weekend with a trip to Salford on Saturday night. Awful conditions though, Josh. How difficult did that be?
Yeah. The game tend to toss and turn from each side. Both teams tend to take momentum, and I think there was a stage in the game where we defended 6 sets on our own line, so that was a massive effort from us.
Where do you feel you're at 12 games into the season?
I think the start was what made the season such
end of the season, and that's what all these sides are hoping to achieve over the next coming months.
Obviously, Michael Dobson, such a key player for you for so long. Was there a feeling of getting a different way of playing with him gone?
No. Time to hit it.
Well, Wigan have won on their last 5 visits to the KC Stadium, and they were looking to make it 6 in a row on Friday. 7 players missing for Wigan, but they showed a huge strength in depth. Well, we shall see if it is for which side of Hull it is perfect timing. There was only points difference separating Warrington and Catalan in the table before their meeting on Friday. The Dragons have been climbing up the ladder and were looking for a 5th straight victory. Dave Woods was watching.
By both.
And as a result, Catalan get a lot of wins over there, but they need to improve the form away from home.
Well, finally tonight, let's check on Joe Greener's first match in charge of London. They were up against in-form Huddersfield, but signs of wins in a row for the Giants. Let's see the effect of that and the rest of the results on the first utility Super League table. The Giants' win moves them above Widnes. So we're all off to Manchester for the weekend. Is Magic something that you look forward to?
It is definitely, as we spoke about earlier, it's a great occasion, and as we spoke about as well as just a couple of years, and I'm sure there'll be a great atmosphere this year.
Is it something that is growing, do you think, Magic, or is it something that needs changing? To have the whole derby in a neutral venue?
The atmosphere tends to be a bit more neutral here. You tend to be a bit more focused on what's going on as opposed to listening to the fans screaming their heads off usually after a few...
I have to say, it's the first one I've been to, so I'm thoroughly looking forward to it. That is it for this week. My thanks to John and to Josh for joining us tonight. We will see you again next week when we'll be in Manchester. Goodbye.